I'm Ashley, and this is my home, and it's made out of a shipping container. Living in a container house has been an interesting experience. It's really just a way to simplify living and have kind of what you need and not all the extra stuff. My aunt and uncle built the shipping container on this property. They weren't quite ready to do a full, house build here, and they said, you know what, let's build something unique and fun that they could eventually use as maybe a guest house when they do eventually build on the property. You kind of expect it to be this incredibly difficult or different experience where oh my gosh, it's gonna be so uncomfortable, and it really is pretty normal once you're inside of it. You walk in, there's a kitchen, there's a living room, there's a dining room, I have a bathroom. I actually have laundry inside of a container, which is not something I expected, and I have an actual separated off bedroom. So it's easy to maintain, it has really good cross breeze, it has really good light, it's really durable, it's fire resistant. I mean, you're literally living in a metal container. And you have the opportunity to just do things without a lot of impact on the environment too, just the way that things were done here and the way that it's constructed.
There's millions of containers and ports just lying there, and so we're trying to utilize these as a building block. We came up with the design for the interior, a 640 square foot home made one bedroom, one bathroom, made of two containers put together. What you see here is the gap between the two containers. When they're brought to the site, then we weld it to the foundation and then weld it to one another. That all happens in one day. Building with a container can cost the same as a relatively inexpensive stick-built home, but what you get for that is a really durable, really structural, a green building. And one of the things that people don't know until they're really up against one is they're made from something that's been all over the world. Part of our design work is to keep some of the structural integrity of the container.
There's a couple places within the house that have exposed corrugation, so you can see that visual reminder that you are actually in a shipping container. My favorite piece is this one right here. As our friends and family have come to visit, everybody signs the wall and kind of leaves a little piece of themselves. One of the things design-wise that was done to kind of break up the space was this seating area, which I really love. It really does make the container feel like separate rooms. There is a kitchen, there is a dining room area, there is a reading area, there's a living room, and this I think was kind of the key to that. It also gives me the opportunity to entertain, which is something I was worried about being in such a small space. Could I actually still, make dinners and have people over? And I really can just live a normal life being in a shipping container. Everything up here has its sort of history, and so this was sort of a nod to a house that has history, but without it being local history. It has carried a wide variety of things. It could have been anywhere in the world, and now you live in it, and instead of it just laying by the wayside and not being used, it actually can be a functional thing that you get to enjoy on a day-to-day basis. My name's Ashley Harlow, and I live in a shipping container in upstate New York, and there's no place like home.